Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and we are playing Tyranny as a noble mage. Welcome back. I had my chat with Landry. I recorded a bonus episode. It wasn't as long as the others. I'm gonna release that a little bit after this episode, I think, maybe an hour later or something like that. But the most important part is that we now have the life sigil, and I've gone ahead and created 2 spells with that one. And I also amped up Landry's short range healing spell so that it heals more. We also have this sort of heal ball, release tiny bolts of life energy that restore a large amount of health to the target. That's pretty good. 3 projectiles. Each gives 6% health, and it has an AoE effect and all that, so that's pretty nice. And then I've created for myself a healing aura spell that is sort of gonna work like this one, like the Mantle of Flames. I would like to switch these two, but for some reason I can't, so that's fine. It requires 90 lore, so Landry can't use it yet, but it is a very useful thing. It's gonna sort of stay there for 30 seconds, and it's gonna give off 4% health every 3 seconds, so 10 times 4% health, 40% health, and it has a range. It's going to give that to all the allied targets, so that is a very powerful healing spell. I'm really happy that we got that sigil. That is going to save our ass, I'm pretty sure. Right, so nothing else to do other than get back to the disfavored camp, tell Isotarnis that we got his iron, and sort of get on with it. We don't have that much time, only 5 more days until Kairos' Day of Swords. We did everything that we could on the outside here, so let's see how it goes. The 2 Archons are waiting in their tent for us. I hope that the assault can take place now. Hello, Fatebinder, the Archons are in the war tent. Yeah, thanks for that. Oh, we haven't plundered that one. Or did we? And it has regenerated. Just a shield, leather buckler. What about Barrick? No, that doesn't help you. Well, we're gonna take it anyway. Sell it somewhere, maybe. Yeah, right. Isotarnis, my dear friend. Have you found the iron yet? Isotarnis gives you a look full of expectation. Here it is. Good thing the Oathbreakers didn't get their hands on much. Oh, I could also lie. Nah, I won't. The party has gained 1,000 rings. You've gained favor with the disfavored. I can't tell you what it means to have this back in our hands. I'll make sure to tell my superior about what we've done for the Legion.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
Okay, I guess we got some experience. Landry must have leveled up. I'd like to see your wares. Yeah, we really don't have anything that I want. I can't take the armor off Barrick, so that doesn't help me. I could buy the stone tower shield though. He only has the disfavored shield. It's gonna give him more endurance and parry. It's gonna reduce his dodge, which I find rather odd, because why would a huge shield not help you defend yourself against range attacks? It's gonna push up his recovery time. I'm gonna buy that one, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that one. So in terms of swords, I can't do better than that bronze axe for some reason. Don't know why, but that's how it goes. So let's sell that shield because we're not gonna use it. I could also sell this Staff of Titans. We're not really using it much. It's sort of superfluous. We don't really need it. And these leather gauntlets. No, wait. I gotta have a look at that with me. These guys are gonna give me increased recovery time, which I don't want at all. Maybe Verse can use it. Yeah, it's playing better than anything Verse has, so that's good. Just gonna give that to you and sell that thing. That's fine. Yeah, do it. Right, Barrick. No, wait. That's gonna go onto. Oh, god damn it! Let's do it like this. So have that one barrack. We're gonna sell your own shield. Goodbye. Good. So that's done. Oh, what is that? What was that? Don't know. We're just gonna save here because I'm not sure. So Lantry leveled up. Yep, level up bonus. It's not gonna help us right now, but we can go and I think we're gonna go for increased spell strength. That's never bad. It's also gonna push up his lore to 61. And in terms of this, moderately improves control life skill. Control vigor skill. Do we have the vigor sigil? Yeah, we do. Infuses a target with energy, enhancing the body or mind with greater power. Can be highly addictive to weaker minds. Ambitious mages in Kairos' court have been known to use doses of vigor to enthrall courtiers, building networks of power and influence based on their target's desperate need for one more spell. So that is sort of a drug. Really cool. Very imaginative. I think I should go for the second breath. Lantry revives a fallen comrade. I think it's always good to have that one. Significantly increase the health restored by second breath. And protect revived characters from damage for a short time after they are revived. Right. No, we'll go for that one. Being able to revive a fallen comrade is going to be very useful. We could also go for the arcane shield, but yeah. Okay, that's good. We're just gonna quick save, and before I go into the Archons war tent, because I have no idea what's gonna happen, we're gonna go back to the disfavored camp one more time, and we're gonna train Lantry in lore. Try to make the most of this. It's not really necessary, I don't think. I mean, we're playing on hard. So far, hard hasn't been very hard, but we certainly can use every edge that we can get. I'm sort of thinking about going back and starting a playthrough on Path of the Damned, but it might be at such a bogged down pace that it might not be very enjoyable to watch, because I have to sort of try encounters a couple of times, and yeah, it might just not be very watchable. So that's the thing. Bit equip. Does he have anything to say? No. But you have something to say. Hello. Show me what the fifth eye has been teaching you. Let's teach that to Lantry. Yeah, he can still learn a bit of this. Very good. I've already learned a bunch of stuff. Over here, Verse hasn't leveled up. I could level up Barrick, but I think we gotta level him up over in the other camp. I don't really want him learning any of the skills that these guys can provide, and I myself can't learn anything anymore. Plus, I'm still not leveled up. I already learned everything for this step. Okay, back to the disfavored. Yeah, it's gonna take me 2 hours again, but I think we do have a good amount of time. I think we didn't dawdle at all. I've been sort of very economical in doing this, so we should be fine, with time to spare even. I wonder what this merchant would have sold. Oh, interesting.
Got it.
Nice, blood moss and some other stuff. I didn't see that. Oh, and there's someone, Horde. Let's save. I'm just leaving with what is mine. I haven't done anything wrong. Let's see what's going on here. I'll take that under advisement. No, I'll just be leaving. No need to trouble you folks further. Surrounded by a quartet of disfavored soldiers that have him physically boxed in, a Scarlet Chorus warrior clutches a disfavored helmet. Visibly pale and sweating, he wears a trembling grin. Come, lads. No need to be so tetchy. Oh, you can leave, but that helmet stays. The soldier steps closer, her bulk crowding over the choirman. We don't take kindly to iron thieves, so if you think you can just stroll out of here without a flogging, you're sorely mistaken. Something wrong? One of the disfavored soldiers turns to you, looking weary from debate. This one here stole from the Legion and thinks he can get away with it. She points to the chorus warrior clutching the helmet. If he takes one more step, I'll be forced to violate Kyros's peace. Fatebinder, can you hear me out? I'm being accosted by these disfavored thugs. Upon noticing worse, he blinks and regards her with a disrespectful nod. Don't make the Fatebinder complicit in your theft. Disfavored armor is the property of the Legion. It's not yours to loot, and by Graven Ash I will cut you down if you even try to leave with that relic. Okay. Someone mentioned Kyros's peace being violated. This involves me whether you like it or not. Don't see this ending without bloodshed. Why not let me settle the matter and take the burden off your shoulders? I can just walk away. No, we are the lawful guy. If you're trying to pass judgment on another Archon's vassal, the law dictates that I get involved. The disfavored warriors trade glances between each other in silence. None of them back away from the choirman. We can make this a trial who stands here the longest, and when our bladders loosen, at least I won't be the one wearing an iron diaper, but I'd much rather let the Fatebinder settle it, seeing as there's no other way out of this impasse. Enough! The disfavored warrior rears back a balled fist before hesitating, sensing her lapse and awkwardly returning her hand to her side. If the choice is to adjudicate or fight, then I too will abide by the Fatebinder's decree. May I see that helmet? Okay, may I see that helmet first? Party has received Iron Walker Helm. I gained that because I have favor with him. He gives you a long, quiet nod before thrusting the helmet into your hands. Fine, but give it back when you're done with it. Oh, I can do something because of the conquest. I'm just gonna go with that option because I like it. I could also inspect the helmet. No, let's go with that one. The owner's insignia is lost, but this was forged by Agni, Master of Fitting. It belonged to an Evocatus, someone of many years in the Legion. I've gained favor with Tunon. Clearing her throat, the disfavored reaches to her belt. Then this is more important than a few rings. She produces a pair of bronze rings and holds them towards the choirman. Consider this your finder's fee in payment to never bother us again. Deal! In the blink of an eye, the choirman thrusts the helmet into the hands of the warrior and snatches the rings. Pleasure doing business with you lads and lasses. I can salute the disfavored. I can step in front of the choirman. Normally appraisers charge for their service. Well, I should have heard them out instead of just looking at the helmet. That seems to have circumvented the whole conversation. I'm sorry for sort of cheating you guys of that conversation. Graven Ash protects. Wrapping her gauntlet against her iron breastplate, she returns the gesture with aplomb. I'm grateful for your insight on this matter. We almost let a veteran's relic fall to rust. Thank you, Fatebinder. We're lucky to have you in our camp. Okay, but I still would like to know what the whole story is here. That was sort of disappointing. I guess the upper levels. Well, I'll tell you what I do. I'll do. I'll just reload because I want to see what the conversation is. We know now how to solve this. I just want to see what these guys are saying. I'm only gonna go through the. We've got this handle Fatebinder. Hello. Okay, we already know what he's saying. Something wrong. We're just gonna take the same choices, but we're not gonna inspect the helm. Law dictates that I get involved. La di da. Okay, so. Start from the beginning. Should I ask the disfavored? Start from the beginning. You got it, boss. So, Death Knell and her gang are rounding the river looking for a fight. We hear commotion. We hear scout whistles. We run to see what's going on. Next thing we know, we're on top of some Vendrian guard. They just clobbered another gang that was in the area. We had no idea another patrol was out. Anyway, the Oathbreakers were high off their victory and stood their ground when we rushed them. Their mistake, right? Long story short, the fight got out of hand and there wasn't much left to recruit into our gang, so we helped ourselves to their gear. That's when I found this little piece of work. He rubs his hand across the blue surface of the helmet. The disfavored soldier winces disfavored soldiers wince at the gesture. Thought I'd do the proper thing and offered to sell it back to the disfavored. So I made the hike over here, and rather than claiming my finder's fee, I got accosted. What do you think of this story verse? It checks out. The disfavored treat the armor like a second skin. Some of them even sleep in it. She shudders. Then again, some of them don't have a choice. She smirks up at Barrick. If the Legion soldiers want to get themselves whipped up in an emotional frenzy over cold iron, that's their problem. This fighter claimed fair spoils from the enemy. The helmet ought to be his unless some stronger steps forward to take it. She smiles and cracks her knuckles. Why not keep it for yourself? First off, the helmet fits me as well as a bucket over an apple. Fucking tearsmen lousing up our iron! Keep testing me and I'll use this as a mobile latrine. He shakes his head at the soldiers, waiting for their protests to die down. As I was saying, the helmet fits me poorly, and I'd rather have the rings to barter for better blade. Besides, it seems in poor taste to wear disfavored colors. You opposed to simply returning this to your disfavored allies? By Kairos' nethers! What have the disfavored ever done for us to earn my charity? Until the voices of Nerad starts a chant commanding us to share with Ash's cupbearers, they won't see any undeserved kindness from the likes of me. You would sell us what is ours and call that charity? Repugnant sod. We came to the Tears on a mission to civilize this realm, but you hill folk can't learn honor unless it's beaten into you. How can you prove that you claimed the helmet from the enemy and didn't steal it from the quartermaster? Well, if you want this dispute to stretch on for the next fortnight, I can gather the statements from every member of my gang who witnessed the battle, but something tells me that none of us have the time to bicker over the details. She sighs. That won't be necessary. We don't dispute how the iron fell into his hands anyway, and I'm sure we have more important matters to occupy your attention during the siege. Anything else you might say that might help your case? His mouth twists into a pensive scowl. Well, unlike my peers here, who seem unwilling to share, if I'm allowed to sell this, I'd of course tithe to the court, like a proper ally. Shameless cur! If Bledenmark were in earshot, he'd have your tongue for insulting the court. Bledenmark is Kairos' knife in the shadows, the unseen drop of poison that enforces the Overlord's will. He reports to Tune on the Adjudicator, serving in his capacity as the final word to those who hold Kairos' law in contempt. Few know the origin of the Archon of Shadows, or how Kairos maintains a hold on him. Those who anger the Archon never live long past sunset. Alright, I have further questions. Let's see what the disfavored have to say. It's a disfavored helmet and therefore belongs to the Legion. What else needs to be said? The warrior shrugs, looking to her comrades. I know the Chorus are routinely undersupplied, but we're not to blame for their lack of resourcefulness. They recruit too many to arm and feed, and we suffer for their slack. So when this fucker shows up trying to sell one of our helmets back to us, well, you could say me and the band were a bit insulted. Though she addresses you, her gaze stays locked on the choirman. I don't want to make this more of a problem than it already is. The chorus rat is free to return the helmet. With our gratitude, never come back. Any thoughts, Barrick? The big soldier clears his throat and stands tall before his countrymen. Traditionally, iron weapons and arms go to the Legion. It's only practical. We are the more suited to wield them. And as true northerners, we can be trusted with the finest items of the forge. The chorus is packed full of former enemies, the untrustworthy, ungrateful sons and daughters of fallen realms. Half of them will die in their first battle, and the rest will defect back to their homelands at the first opportunity. Arming them is a waste of effort. He makes a dismissive wave to the choirman. Let them sharpen tree branches or boat hooks. Save the elite gear for the elite soldiers. That is our way. It's never enough that we bend the knee and pledge our lives to Kairos, is it? We need to constantly prove ourselves to you ironclad dimwits and get nothing for our trouble. Okay, I'm sure there's an extra helmet or two in camp while I pick a fight over this one. We're not just talking about one helmet here, Binder. It's the principle, the precedent. Graven Ash demands that we honor and preserve our relics of battle. That helmet belongs on a legionnair's head, or on the hearth of that warrior's next of kin. It sounds like the one at fort was the warrior who died in battle and let the enemy seize his helmet. The warrior shrugs with a wry smile. Don't blame me for backwards northern traditions. See this? What are we to make of such blatant disrespect? Just because we're allies doesn't mean we should suffer someone whose sole intent is to enrage and offend. Did you offer him anything else in exchange? The disfavored soldier stared at you blankly. I take that as a no. An exchange would be as insulting to the Legion as a transaction of rings. Even more so, every piece of equipment here is intended for Graven Ash's Northern Legion. not the rebel who squat and wrestle for the voice's delight. Nobody offered, but the only iron I seek is in the form of rings. Take it or leave it. Anything else that you might say? Well, I think it's worth noting that we haven't touched a hair on his head. I'm not saying that we won't bash his face in for the insult and presumption he threw in ours, but up to this point we've shown incredible restraint. Aren't they a generous bunch? Okay, I have further questions. Okay, now give me the helmet. He gives me the helmet because I am... Oh, I can just give the helmet to the favorite. Now, I'm happy with that conquest option, so let's go for it. Right, so gain favor with Tunon. Tunon approves if I actually do this stuff. Graven Ash protects. We gain favor with the disfavored. Right, so that's good. I like that one. Now let's get back to the Archons tent. I don't think we've got anything more to do in this place. I think we've plundered all the stuff, collected all the things. We talk with everyone. Stay vigilant, Fatebinder. Yeah, there's nothing else for us to do. It's a very orderly camp too. So just save one more time. And then let's go inside. Can't wait for the attack. You don't give these Oathbreakers enough credit. Even beasts can begin to see the patterns in your simpleton strategies. If there's any pattern to my strategies, it's one of relentless victory. The Tearsmen excel at deception, but falter at fair fight. Probably... But who's been more deceitful than your second Can? And wasn't he the expert on siege warfare? What's your plan for dealing with the wars now? Standing pyramid? The Archons of Stone was punished for his actions. If you want to talk guilt by association, I would be happy to hold you accountable for the crimes. And then a disfavored warrior can take 10 of these hillfolk with a fruit knife, properly armed. It's not even fair. Yeah, and they're at it again. Nice. Just gonna go. No, that was actually unintentional. Just wanted to see if it was possible. It is possible. Just going outside again. Yeah. I come back later. We've got lots of time. Alright, let's save it. Hello.
How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Gravenash's roar pulses your eardrums, his face reddening as he yells.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of Stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Another brilliant idea. Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation. What could possibly go wrong?
The voices of Nerad lazily twirls his scepter. You hear the voices in your head. We love saying that name, Kern, just to watch him squirm. Gravenash had so much hair back before he met us. Meaning, now he's bald, so he lost all his hair because of anger and stress. Yeah, Kern is the Archon of Stone that sort of betrayed Gravenash, I guess.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Archanash turns his head and, upon seeing you in the tent, relaxes his posture.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
Right. Our operations in Echocore Crossing were successful. Why aren't you two marching toward Ascension Hall? My missions were successful with little help from the disfavored. Yeah, so I can bash the disfavored or I can bash the chorus. I can say done bickering. Yeah, I'm a bit pissed that they're both bickering, but I think that we're just gonna try to get this over with. Yeah, so we were successful. Why aren't you two marching?
Why is it my so-called allies are more willing to belittle than to assist? The Vendrian Guard have been the least of my headaches in this damned valley. Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
The Oathbreaker raiders were broken, and most importantly, their captain was taken. And he has told us. The Archon of Secrets grips his helm as a chittering percussion of whispers pour forth.
Nothing. Curse you, motherless fucks! What have you brought but fire and
The voices of Nerat slaps the forehead portion of his mask, and for a moment the emerald flames within his robes dim.
Oh, suffering doesn't really capture the nuance of what we've done. Apologies. We've been savoring this one's defiance. We know much of their inner workings, their desperate allies, their foolish hopes. This is our battle to lose.
Why I am on equal footing with Kairos' clown, I will never understand. So, Fatebinder, you would deem this mission successful?
Okay, the Oathbreakers were scattered. I took the captain alive as requested. There's not much else to add. He was a boastful leader from an influential family. His recruitment will demoralize the enemy. Was renowned for skill at arms. It would have been better to best him in battle. Send a stronger message. So I guess this is sort of standing on the side of the chorus, standing on the side of the disfavored, or leaving them both in peace. I'm gonna go with the middle option again.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Matani. Report.
Securing the Matani was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tide still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended in success at Echocore Crossing, though victory came at great cost. When it came time to secure the nearby Echocore village, there was a distressing discovery. The villagers had been stashing iron weaponry, no doubt stolen from our supply lines. Commander Antio wished to burn the village, but the chorus disagreed, and the Fatebinder backed their claim. Their leader, Captain Matani Sybil, was bested in combat, but taken captive by the Scarlet Chorus. Despite the disfavored taking the lead on this operation, the Fatebinder felt it necessary to apply Chorus doctrine to the captives.
A most wise judgment, good Fatebinder. The Oathbreaker captain will no doubt provide hours of entertainment, and perhaps even some useful information.
Oh, crap. So I guess that wasn't the right decision. I didn't really want him to be entertained. The voices of Nerat hurls his scepter into the air with a loud chuckle, gingerly snatching the scepter out of the air as it falls. You hear the voices in your head. She's been a most delectable treat, that one. So obstinate, so inarticulate in her flailing defiance. Some things are best savored in slow, tantalizing doses. We must thank you once again for delivering her onto us.
This will be just like Stalwart, when your own conscripts chose suicide over service to the chorus. She'll be no different than the others. Petulant, uncooperative, and motivated to feed you false information.
Yeah, arguing over this is meaningless. Resolving the edict matters most of all.
The Fatebinder is right. We argue over trivialities when we should be closing the vice on the Oathbreakers. Let us march on the double. The disfavored will lead the charge.
You mean the Scarlet Chorus should lead the charge? Over 2/3 of your legion remains trapped outside the valley. Only the Chorus can bring to bear the strength and numbers this assault requires.
Enough! If these are my allies, why bother with the enemy? Even the low-born Oathbreakers have the honor and decency to...
The Archon of War slams the maul to the ground with bone-rattling thud.
Oh, finish your thought, old chap. They have the honor and decency to... To what? To abide by some sort of deal you made with them?
The voices of Nerat spins his scepter in the palm of his hands. Can you not hear the treachery in his words? How can we be sure he hasn't been stalling this whole campaign? His legion boasts of victory after victory, and yet these half-wit oathbreakers suddenly give the disfavored pause. Scowling at the Archon of Secrets, Gravenash says nothing, his body heaving with agitation. A truce with the Oathbreakers? Is this true?
It's immaterial is what it is. The edict is all that matters now, and we will march on Ascension Hall and avenge our fallen brethren.
I don't like that one. That smells of treachery, my friend. If you two are unwilling to work together as Fatebinder of Tyranny, I will order you to do so.
With whom do you stand?
The voices of Nerat's masks tilt sideways as he lurches forward, wagging his scepter at you. Now is not the time for compromise. One of us will have the honor of completing this glorious conquest. We know you will choose wisely. The tent grows quiet as the gathering looks to you in anticipation. I guess I have to choose one. Otherwise they'll continue arguing and arguing and arguing time and time again. Although, it's worth trying. You will march on the Vendrian World Citadel together or not at all.
You test my patience, Fatebinder. We did not ask for a weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied. Who do you support?
I lost favor and gained wrath with everyone.
Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kairos' true disciples, the disfavored?
The disfavored that made a truce with the Oathbinders. Really? Oathbreakers. Alright. I'm guessing this is a rather important choice. Let's just go through what each of these options would mean. So the Scarlet Chorus, they do have a lot of numbers. What I don't believe in is their ability to get over the walls. Yes, they have a lot of troops, but how would they go inside? I really think that the disfavored with the Earth Shakers do have the best chance of getting inside. And if the spire falls down, so be it. On the other hand, the disfavored are not very strong, but I'm guessing they are strong enough. And we recovered a bunch of Earth Shakers from the from being trapped. They should be enough to bring down the walls and do this. I'm gonna let the disfavored lead. I mean, it might be good to just send in the rampant horde of the Scarlet Chorus, but I figure we might actually be better off having the disfavored lead. It is somewhat true that what Gravenash said, that a lot of the troops of the Scarlet Chorus belong to were former Vendrian Guard people, so I'm not sure how hearty their attack would be. So the disfavored will lead.
You honor us.
I gained wrath with the voices of Nerat. I gained favor with Gravenash.
The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war, and now we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Gravenash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter.
Our beloved chorus! We have too many lives to protect. We can't allow your foolish decision to destroy us all!
A brilliant emerald green radiates from the Archon, and the chatter of a busy marketplace seems to fill the tent. The scepter he normally holds as a playful prop is now clutched as a bludgeon ready to strike. No! We did not work so hard only to be denied our rightful glory in the end. You will die with the disfavored.
You would dare harm me and our guests from the court?
The air crackles with electricity as Gravenash lifts his maul to strike. Alright then.
come to this?
You rouse to consciousness to the sight of Gravenash swatting his hand toward the thinning green mist where the voices of Nerat once stood moments ago. So I take it he's not gonna join the assault. Holy cow. I mean, it's only logical that it would come to this at some point. I was foolish to think that I could actually get them to work together. I wonder if I could have done anything differently to actually force them to come in there. I mean, I could have sort of weakened the Scarlet Chorus during the conquest, try to bring the disfavored forward. I don't know. But yeah, this will have consequences. Are you sure you wish to go to war against the Chorus?
What other choice am I given? It is clear the voices of Nerat would endanger all of us out of vanity. Besides, we all know when this war is over, someone must rule and protect the Tears. So I will start protecting the Tears from the depravity of the Scarlet Chorus.
Nice. I saw you step in front of me, thank you.
Just old soldier reflexes. Couldn't be sure if it was trying a simple illusion or a bolt of fire. Either way, needed to be sure my guests didn't perish in my war tent. Wouldn't be able to live that one down.
How is your situation with me? Oh, I'm level 2 in favor now, which doesn't help me at all. We will have to take Ascension Hall without the Chorus's help.
Yes. And instead of having false allies on our side, at least we can march on the Citadel knowing full well who is friend and foe. And it goes without saying, the disfavored needs you now for this glorious battle. Please speak with the Iron Marshal. She will give you the specifics of our plan.
Right.
The Archon's
Farewell.
secrets left behind one of his spies. Perhaps we should send her back to her master in pieces.
Gravenash narrows his eyes and points a finger at Verse. Barrick's armor makes a discordant sound of iron bending under pressure. Everyone assembled in the room looks at him.
Something to say, Barrick?
Ash passes his stone shield a confused look.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Barrick looks to you with a vague hope in his otherwise impersonal stare. I'm pretty sure that he and Verse have a thing going on between them. It needs to be a platonic love, but it could be blossom if I were to nourish it. Let's try and see if we can't do that. Verse is with me.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Nerat. I cannot stand for it.
Right, we have a bunch of options. You can and you will. She's necessary to my work, but put her under the court's protection. Until you and Nerat forced this squabble, I was respected in the chorus. I do not need your permission to respect a fellow servant of Kairos. She can't tell us about the Scarlet Chorus or the voices of Nerat if she's dead. Maybe I want the voices to think I'm being carefully observed. I want to keep her now that I've built her up. Let's go for the lore option. She can't tell us about the Scarlet Chorus or the voices of Nerat if she's dead.
You would twist her loyalties from the chorus to yourself? A fool's hope if ever I heard one. Safer to leave her hanging by a gibbet or rotting in the pillory for the Legion's amusement. But I can tell that you won't be swayed. You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self-destruction.
Oh, how generous of you.
Now leave me. When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
I will. Yeah, take your time, Iron Marshal. No need to hurry. Right. I think I'm going to end the episode here. I think this is a good point. Next time, I'm pretty sure that we'll go towards the assault on the Citadel. For now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. And if you want to see more of the series in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hope you join me next time. Thanks and bye bye.